What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. For today's video, I wanted to get real crazy. Okay, I wanted to get crazy today. So I'm just gonna be doing my eyes in today's video because, like I said, getting real crazy. But I do actually really like the way that my face makeup came out. It just looks real cute. So here's a little up close sneak peek. So yeah, these are the vibes today. Like I said, I'm just gonna be doing my eyes. So if you want to see how I created this stunning eyeshadow look, then you already know what to do. Please just keep on watching. I'm gonna take this big Plouise brush. And I'm going to take my base in the shade Rumor Number 2. And I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelid. And I'm going to make sure that I take this all the way out to my temples as well, because as you've seen, we're getting real crazy today. Okay, so the main palette that I'm going to be using today is my PLouiseWorldie palette. Just looks like this. I'm going to start by taking this dark blue called San Francisco. So what I'm going to do, since I'm going to be doing a cut crease with two different colors, I'm only going to, I'm going to take this in a little flat, like, packing brush. So you see it's like thin, it's like just a nice little packing brush. This is a little mini Luxie 213T. It's like a travel set. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna like press and swirl. Press and swirl. So I'm like packing the pigment down. I'm just packing the pigment down like that. And then to like kind of diffuse a little bit, we're gonna just give it a little swirl. So I'm going to be taking my Beauty Bay Me, Myself, and Mama Mitchell palette. I'm going to take this dark green called Marty. Okay, so this is another mini Luxie brush. It's just bigger, more fluffy, but pretty much the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tap and twirl. Now going back into my Worldie palette. This is going to be, the rest of the colors are going to be coming out of this palette. I'm actually going to take this Morphe brush. It came in a set, but this is actually one of my favorite blending brushes. There we go, come on. So you just see it's just round and fluffy, but it's still small enough to kind of pack. This is just such a nice brush. I'm going to take this blue right here, which is called Sky High. Alright. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go right into little circle motions. I'm not going to take this too far up. I just want to use this color to kind of start lightening. So now on the green part, I'm going to take this shade, which is called Barrier Reef, which it's kind of, this is like a teal color, but it's gonna work out just the same, don't you worry. So yeah, so I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm just gonna keep this very close to that first color. Just want to start lightening it up, transitioning it. Yeah, it's definitely teal. So now I'm gonna just finish off lightening the blue side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shade right here called Rodeo Drive, and then I'm also gonna take this very, very light pale baby blue, which is called Worldie. So with just the same brush, I'm gonna go into Rodeo Drive, or maybe Rodeo Drive. Oh. Okay, and then do you see where we have this tiny, tiny bit of space? I'm gonna take a fluffier brush with that Worldie shade. And I'm just gonna go right over this. And that's so pretty. Wait till I blend it out. So you could see it's not fully blended. That's why we go back in with all of our colors again to build them up and just properly blend them. So in case you were wondering why we do so many steps, that is why. I'm just going to take all three of this row. So this one, which is called Big Apple, Baggage, and then When in Rome. So it's like the limey green. So I'm going to go ahead and start blending this side out. So I went in with this brush. So taking the same exact brush, I'm going to go into Big Apple. And I want to put this right over that teal shade. So now I'm going to take a fluffier brush going into the next green shade, Baggage. Now on the fluffiest brush of them all, we're taking that shade When in Rome. You don't need a lot because it is powdery and pigmented, but it's fine. I don't mind a little powder in my product. And I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke this all the way out. So as you can see, we're getting real crazy already. So what we're gonna do, I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush, very lightly go over the edges a little bit to kind of rein this color in just a bit, so that way when I go in and build the colors back up, I have room to kind of blow it out again. So now what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to go through all of those colors again, starting from the darkest to the lightest, and just really take my time, build up each layer, and, you know, little circle motions through the whole thing. Before we, you know, just get right into it, I just want to say already, if you could just see just me adding back in that first blue color, like, can you just see how much we lost? Once again, look how many brushes I used. how many brushes I used. I've talked about this like method, I guess, before, of basically how I cut my crease. So what I want to do is I want a nice clean canvas. So anywhere that I don't like, you know, like all this color on my lid, I want to clean it off. So I find the best way to do that is by taking some Vaseline, or maybe even coconut oil, just something like that's gonna be able to remove the makeup. And I'm gonna take it on a so this is just a flat domed brush. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna look straight ahead because like I have like a natural crease, and I'm just gonna draw a little line. And then what I'm going to do is from that line, I'm going to drag it straight down. And anywhere that this Vaseline is, when I go in with a Q-tip, it's just going to wipe right off. So I'm going to leave it there. Then I find the best way to really clean all this makeup off. So, I mean, some people just take like micellar water on a Q-tip to wipe it off. But this method, like going with the Vaseline first and then taking the micellar water on a Q-tip. Sorry, that was for a TikTok. Yeah, I know, right? Ta-da! And I mean, as you can see, it is not like a perfect cut crease. So what I'm going to do is go back in with a base, and now I could really just tidy everything up. I'm going to go in with this Plouise Crisp Finish in Tangy Teas. It's this beautiful, beautiful color. And I just want to mention that you don't need these colored bases, but they do help. Especially like if I wanted to just go in with this color, I could go in with just this color and it would dry down matte. But you'll see the colors that I'm about to put on top of it. It just makes everything pop so much better. So, I mean, definitely if you're into really super colorful eyeshadows, I think that these are a great investment. I mean, yeah, these are the bee's knees, guys. I don't know what else to say. These are the bee's knees. They're so great, and they're just such an essential to have. So I'm not worried about any of this because we are going to cut it again. We're going to be going in with a few different colors. So I'm going to be taking this brown called Manchester. I'm also going to take this kind of like brownie ready orange, which is called Sunset. And then we're going to jump on over here, and I'm going to take this orange, which is called Lounge. And then I'm going to go up to this lime yellow. So, brown, ready orange, 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 yellow. Those are the vibes. Oops. So I'm actually going to start with the darkest color first, and I'm going to take it on this little tiny detail brush. It looks a little dirty because it is, but it's like, there's no product on it, it's fine. It's just dirty. But I don't have any other brushes like this, so we're gonna use it. So starting with the brown Manchester. Now going in with the shade Sunset. Now taking the shade Lounge. Okay, and lastly, we're taking the shade Vacay, that lime yellow. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut out my crease once more, and I'm actually gonna lay down these two bases. So the blue one is in Bangin' Blue and the green one is in Hint of Mint. So I'm gonna do the green first and then the blue. Okay, so I have the green, the blue, and then I just put just the smallest amount of the Yummy Yellow right here. If I had to recommend any of these bases, I would definitely 100% recommend the yellow one, because yellow is such a hard like formula and it's such a hard color to get to really pop. But with that, the yellow base, immaculate. And I'm gonna go ahead, starting from right under my eye, because I'm gonna do under blue, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we're gonna do under it blue. So yes, we're gonna want this to go this way. I'm just gonna kind of make it into a wing shape here. It's just like that. And then I'm gonna take the shade Sky High. I'm just gonna take it on the same brush, because why not? And I'm gonna put it right next to it. Now I'm gonna take the shade Rodeo Drive, right here, just like that. Now I'm going to take the shade Big Apple. Shade Baggage. Shade When in Rome, which is the light green. And the yellow Vacay. I'm going to take my Peaches and Cream glitter base as well as the pigment in the shade Bollywood. Okay, I got my baby in my hands, so I don't want to zoom in too much because then I'm going to be like all out of frame. So I did my face makeup. I powdered before I did my like cream blush, and it kind of was not the greatest situation ever, but I mean, I feel like it looks pretty all right. Under my eyes, I'm gonna start by taking the shade San Francisco. Then I'm going to take the shade Sky High. Then I'm going to take the shade Rodeo Drive. Okay, so I just went ahead and I threw on a pair of lashes and my lip combo. I wanted to keep, you know, my lip real neutral. I went in with my LA Girl Sugar and Spice lip liner with my Hank and Henry. What is it? This is the Satin Matte Lipstick in the shade Lust. Here is the completed look. Look at that glow. In case you're wondering, this highlight is actually my Hank and Henry highlight. I went in with both the shade Glow Bandit and Nightlight, so these little ones. I went in with a little bit of each of these ones, and I'm filling it. It looks just wet on the skin. So yeah, this is the completed look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and roll the clip.